The Lord has asked me to deliver a message to you, a message so urgent that it cannot wait another moment, a message meant only for your ears and your heart, so listen closely. You have felt it, haven't you? A subtle unease, a quiet whisper in the depths of your soul, a feeling that something is profoundly, deeply wrong, a nagging sense of emptiness that you cannot quite place, a persistent hum of unrest that refuses to be silenced, a feeling as though you are drifting further from the light. It is not a coincidence that you are hearing this message now. It is not an accident that these words have found you, for the Lord has heard your quiet cries, the silent yearning in your heart, and this message is His answer to your unasked questions. This feeling, this unrest, it stems from something that has become so ordinary, so commonplace in your life, that you've likely stopped noticing the damage it's causing. It is the endless, mindless scrolling through your digital devices, the constant stream of images and videos, the never-ending cycle of likes and shares, the constant search for something that you never find, a habit that has become as automatic as breathing, but that is slowly, surely, stealing your spirit. It happens when you are bored, when you wake up and before you go to sleep, when you are waiting in line, when you are in the bathroom, when you should be present with family, when you should be working or studying or praying, or anything else that would fill your soul with light. But instead, you are met with a screen and an endless feed of shallow connection, leaving you feeling more empty than when you began, a feeling that you cannot reconcile. This isn't merely a matter of wasting time, not merely a bad habit. This is about something far more serious, something that you are most likely entirely unaware of, a hidden sorrow that is growing each time you give yourself to the digital world, because this seemingly small, insignificant habit is breaking the heart of God, a truth that will soon become clear to you. This is not a message you can afford to ignore, dear one. It carries the full weight of your soul's well-being, the very essence of your relationship with the divine. For this habit that seems so harmless, this simple act of scrolling, has become a barrier, a wall that separates you from the grace of God, a divide that grows with each passing moment, each mindless click and swipe. This is not about the world's definition of being good. It is about the treasures that the Lord has set aside for you, the boundless grace, the profound love, the moments of deep communion, the wisdom and the truth, the spiritual gifts that are meant to fill your heart, not the fleeting digital distractions that leave you empty and wanting more. The missed opportunities for prayer, the lost moments for Bible study, the weakening of your connection during quiet times of reflection with God, these are not just missed moments, they are lost blessings, and each swipe takes you further away from the gifts that are already yours. To make any lasting change, to genuinely break free from the chains of this digital distraction, you must understand the true nature of the battle that you are facing, the unseen forces that are at work, and the depth of God's pain caused by your seemingly innocent actions. And this understanding will be the start of your path back to the light. Imagine, if you can, a loving parent standing by, watching their child slowly walk away from their outstretched hand, choosing instead to chase after fleeting shadows, a shallow illusion of connection, a constant, unfulfilling cycle. This is the heartbreak that God feels when you choose the constant lure of digital screens over your eternal connection with Him, a pain that is as real as the love He holds for you, and a sorrow that can only be healed when you turn back towards Him. Think about it for a moment, the way your day unfolds. How often do you reach for your phone first thing in the morning, before your feet even touch the floor? What is the first thing your eyes see in the new day? Is it the light of the Lord or the light of your screen? Are you starting your day with a prayer or a scroll? Consider, too, the mindless scrolling through social media right before bed, a final act before drifting off to sleep. What images are dancing in your mind as you close your eyes? Are these the images of his kingdom or of fleeting social media trends? And how many times each day do you reflexively grab your device when you are bored, waiting for something, or simply not wanting to be alone with your thoughts? These habits are not random, they are not accidental. They are a carefully constructed cycle that pulls you further and further away. Each minute you spend scrolling is a minute stolen from your relationship with God, a precious moment that could have been spent in prayer, in reflection, in seeking His guidance, a minute taken from your soul's growth. For this is not merely wasted time, it is a form of spiritual robbery, an act of neglect towards the most important relationship in your life. The superficial likes and momentary validation that you receive from social media can never truly satisfy the deep, longing ache in your soul. They are poor substitutes for the enduring love and profound connection with God, a connection that is always available to you, but that has been pushed aside by the allure of shallow digital interactions. What you are chasing on these screens can never fill the space in your heart. It is not meant to. It was never created for that purpose. And the fact that it leaves you empty is not a design flaw. It is intentional. The algorithms, the endless feeds, the carefully curated content, they are all designed to keep you hooked, creating an endless loop, drawing you back in, promising connection, but actually driving you further away, further from the source of true fulfillment. These tools that promise connection are actually tools of disconnection, diverting your attention away from the one who truly loves you. What specific times of day do you find yourself scrolling the most? What are your triggers? Are there patterns that you notice in your behavior? How do you feel afterward? Do you feel fulfilled or do you feel empty? Do you feel closer to God or further from Him? These are not random occurrences. These patterns of time wasting and emotional emptiness are not accidental. They are not simply bad habits, and there is something more significant behind them that you must become aware of. Is it merely a coincidence that the times when you are feeling most vulnerable, when you feel most alone, when you feel most unsure, are the exact times you find yourself reaching for your phone, seeking solace in the endless feeds of social media? Is it merely chance that your attention is being drawn to images that create comparison, that cause envy, that stir up anger or fear or doubt? Or is there something else at work, something that wants you distracted from your relationship with God, something that benefits from your unease and your disconnection? Do you notice that after you scroll, you feel more inadequate? Do you find yourself comparing yourself to others, feeling like you are not enough, that you are missing out on something, that you are not as good as those you see on your screen? Does it stir up feelings of jealousy or depression or frustration? Does it leave you with a hollow feeling that you cannot seem to shake? Is this a pattern that is repeating itself, a cycle that you cannot seem to break free from? This cycle is not random, it is not accidental, it is not something that is simply happening to you. It is a part of a larger battle, a spiritual battle, a fight for your soul and for your attention, but there is a way to break free. There is a way to understand how this is happening to you and to find your way back to the light, but you have to be willing to look deeper and understand the forces that are at play.